Still wasting hours starting your Figma designs from scratch? Then maybe you're not taking full advantage of one of Figma's most powerful tools, First Draft. So today I'll show you how to use Figma Draft effectively and finally overcome that blank page syndrome. Hello, MJ here, and if you're a designer that wants to use AI tools responsibly and ethically, you're in the right place. And just really quick, for those of you that don't know what First Draft is, it's just a feature inside Figma that lets you start a design very quickly with AI. It lets you do wireframes with far less time. But how do you access it? Okay, just jump into Figma. You just need to open this Actions option in the bottom toolbar, and you'll see it here in the list, or you can also search for it just by typing the name. This feature is available on all plans on a full seat, and if you don't see it, it may be because your organization opted out, or maybe you're in a education plan or a Figma for government plan. Okay, in this screen, it's not that obvious, but if you click here on Basic App, you can change the library you want the AI to use. These are built-in Figma libraries, and they are made to try and match common design patterns. At the time of this recording, Figma has not provided a way for us to use our own design libraries, but the Figma site says that they are hopefully working on it. So I hope they hurry up. Okay, to use First Draft, we need to start with a prompt. And I'm following a very specific prompt formula that you can actually grab for free if you want more details, but I will walk you through it. So let's say we're working on a mobile app to show video game news. Let's start with the basic app library and let's add a task. Create a mobile app that shows video game news. Then we'll add some context, starting with the overview. The app will be called Nintendo, and the main goal is to provide the latest news to its subscribers along with video game promotions and gift cards. Let's add a very simple persona. The app's target audience are young gamers who are looking to stay updated on video game news. Then let's try adding some research findings. Let's say my research shows that users are more likely to stay in the app if they see vibrant images with an engaging experience. And let's also include some rules. I'm looking to have some shade of red as the primary color and use a bold, energetic tone. Okay, let's try this prompt and see what we get. And you may be thinking, do I really need to make my prompts that long? We will compare a long and a short prompt in a minute, but first let's see what we have. Okay, from here we can continue prompting for changes. But before that, let me quickly show you the basic options. We can change the overall theme with these selections here, and you can choose the one you want. You can also keep making more visual changes like changing to light and dark mode. These colors here are to change the primary color, in this case the link and icons colors. You can change the overall border radius of the elements. We can see here how this changes. This option is to change the overall spacing, yeah, like so. And for the overall fonts, now you can change the title and the body font separately. I believe that was not possible when Figma first released this feature, but now you can do it. All these options are very straightforward, but let's make bigger changes with a prompt. So let's try add a mascot with a slogan at the end of the screen. Whoa, okay, this is literally at the end of the screen, even after the menu, but I guess that's fine. We can rearrange it manually. Anyway, we can keep doing changes like this. The tip here is to just try it out and see what works for your specific project and what doesn't. And there we have it, a very cookie cutter draft of our app. And yes, cookie cutter is what we want. Because remember, First Draft excels on replicating common UI patterns. It is not a final design maker, it's a draft maker, right? So we have to always keep that in mind when we use it. So yes, cookie cutter, but look at what we already have. We have a well-structured base screen with images, with font hierarchies, with placeholder text that is not lorem ipsum. We even have auto layouts and named layers. And yes, it may not be the final design, but you can easily take any of these sections, modify it as needed, add your color palettes, and create your components. Imagine how much time we just saved here. I will estimate like 20 or 40% time saved, but let me know your estimations. Just remember, this is far off being a final product. You still need to make sure to cover the user pain points and the user needs. Now, I follow the best practices here for prompt engineering. But do we always really need to make the prompt that long? And I will say it depends. Let's compare these two versions. And with this one, I literally just said, create a mobile app that shows video games called Nintendo. So basically just a task. And I got something very similar. The outstanding differences are the colors, the tone of the descriptions, and the extra sections I actually asked it to create, like the promotions and the gift cards. So based on my tests, the information that really matters for the first draft is the task, the sections to include, the visual styles like themes or colors, and the voice and tone. But feel free to let me know if you found anything else that works for the prompt. Now let's use that structure to make a website. But now we'll try to make something completely outside the common UI patterns. Actually, if you have learned something in this video, hit that like button and subscribe if you want to use AI tools responsibly, ethically, and integrate them in your design workflow the right way. Okay, so let's say design a website for a magazine that looks like a handmade collage. This section should include a home, feature, stories, community articles, and shop. Each section should feel handmade and pasted together with textures like ribbed paper, marker scribbles, and stickers. Use clashing bold colors like bright yellows and reds, with uneven typography that feels like it was cut from magazines. The visual style should be rebellious, playful, and messy. Make the voice and tone raw and youthful. Okay, hey, it did its best with the handmade style, okay? At least we have the colors. And if we scroll down, we can see the sections as well. But I think you can see how first draft is merely to replicate common UI patterns. So if you're trying to design something more creative, you can try it out, but it most likely will not give you exactly what you're expecting. Now, one last tip. If you lose the screen to make changes, you can go back and set actions and search for make changes. And you can just continue refining from there. Or you can just continue refining manually as well. So now I hope you have a better perspective on how and when to use Figma First Draft and overcome that blank page syndrome faster. Thanks for watching and see you next time.